Thank you. Yeah, thin crust. Thanks.
Hi, so Cyrus, about the big after party. So I've called and spoken to them.
Okay, so it's very important, Ranga, that you don't upset anyone. You see, about the position I have in the fraternity, I don't want them to feel, that I'm being insensitive, because the after party cricket parties are very big. And they normally want me there, they beg for me to come. So I understand that part of it because I raised the stature of the room. But I can't do this anymore. I've got a family to go to. My wife says you've been, not coming home, etc. You work so hard. So I need to take a break from these parties. So now I need you to handle this with a lot of sensitivity. Say no to them. But say no to them in a way that they're happy for me to sort of, not come. So I leave that to you. Now, what did you say? You wanted to say something?
Yeah, basically I tried persuading them, but they don't want you there this time and they don't want you to be seen anywhere in the premises.
I can't even wave from below?
No.
Where are your 3D glasses?
I'll come to that as well. Well put. I'm a 4D cricketer, by the way. I can bat, bowl, field and scratch. Boys, ready? What's the first story?
India's World Cup squad has been announced. There are only 15 spots.
Right.
Some people have been left out.
Ravi wanted 16, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, Ravi wanted 16.
Yeah.
Ambati Rayudu
it is 16 if you count Ravi, right?
So Ambati Rayudu and Rishabh Pant are two of the guys who've been left out. Rayudu has had his own funny take on it.
We did give a few more chances to Rayudu. But what Vijay Shankar offers is 3 dimensions.
3D glasses on, I think we should discuss the topic.
All households across India, people are fighting. Rishabh Pant is huge in lots of people's mind, and Rayudu are not getting a fair deal as well.
Well, I can understand Rayudu, but I think Rishabh Pant, it's a big mistake to leave him out because he's so dangerous. I mean, you got Dinesh Karthik, okay, steady player, he's experienced.
But Jason, you can't have them both.
You can't have them both, but look, think back to 2007 Australian World Cup, 23-year-old Shaun Tate, thrown in there, he's a raw fast bowler, does so well, and Rishabh Pant could be that for India in 2019.
What do you think? You're neutral.
I had Rishabh in my squad as well, just purely because bit of flair, bit of excitement. I think he's good enough at that level. I think a stage of a World Cup suits a player like him to come out.
Deep, what about wicket keeping? The other argument was that, somewhat, if you read MSK's words, vaguely says that perhaps better keeper?
If it is a crucial match like a quarterfinals, like a semi-finals or an important game, wicket keeping also matters. So that's the reason, that's the only reason why we went ahead with Dinesh Karthik. Otherwise, Rishabh Pant was almost there.
That's what he thinks, but for me, I don't think there's much of a difference between them, and I think Rishabh is a much improved keeper. I'm not going to look at it at that way, but see, in my team, I had picked Dinesh Karthik. Listen, Rishabh's got at least another 3 World Cups in him. What DK gives you is, if you need somebody as a backup, because you can only take 15, you need somebody as a little more versatile, and that's how I look at Dinesh Karthik.
When you say versatile, you say as a finisher, he can bat at 4, he can bat at 6.
From 1 to 7, he's batted everywhere for India, so he's more versatile that way.
And Rishabh can't?
As of now, I haven't seen him do that. I'm not saying he can't, but I haven't seen him do that.
Okay, very quickly, have the selectors been harsh? That's the word that's being used. Is it a harsh decision? Let's talk Ambati for a second.
I wouldn't say harsh, it was a difficult decision, definitely.
48 average, white ball cricket, 48.
You're talking about Rayudu, no? Whenever you want to talk about Rayudu's average, come to me. Till then, you can speak to everyone else. Right. I'm ready for that.
Runner.
3, 2, 1, fight!
Rayudu merits a case and a conversation, but to keep saying this 48 average is the most out of context.
Says.
Whoever says it could be Gautam Gambhir, it could be Sir Don in his grave saying it. There cannot be a more misleading 48, with due respect to Ambati Rayudu, than the numbers that he's got. And see where he's got his runs, against whom he's got his runs. Every situation has resulted in Rayudu having relatively easy runs. I'm not saying it's anything against him.
Are you related to Vijay Shankar?
I'm not related to him.
Fair
and Vijay Shankar may not work as well. But and I'm saying it's a fair debate, but don't say Rayudu averages 48, so he must go.
When it comes back to Rishabh Pant, I think if you're an opposition team, and I know Teddy can relate to this, who do you not want to see walk into bat? Rishabh Pant. You don't want to see Rishabh Pant.
That's a good point.
Dinesh Karthik, no problem, we can handle him. But Rishabh Pant, he's got that X factor. Surely that's a player you would want to face.
Who do they not want to see come into bat?
Exactly.
Could I add on something? Like one thing.
What are you talking too much for a debutant? Okay, go on, hurry on.
Could I add on? So,
Why are you asking? This was cool.
The Vijay Shankar of the show.
Okay, you've been overruled by him.
So Rishabh Pant dropped
Which is six-star.
dropped dropped an important chance against Australia, Ashton Turner at Chandigarh, which could have been on the selector's mind.
He went on to win the game.
So which could have been, which could have,
He's not fully on.
which
These things stay
which could have.
in your
So
subconscious.
Ashton Turner went on to win that game.
A lot of people also say, and we also seen Dinesh Karthik also make mistakes in ODIs,
Yeah.
right? It's not like he's flawless. Right?
I don't think, I mean, it's unfair to pick and choose and say, okay, the one drop catch, one dropped opportunity. That's not fair. So going back to Rishabh, what you mentioned, Jason, is I understand that X factor. I do understand. So if you have one position available, let's say the 15th position, and you have to look at various options, I would pick Dinesh Karthik because he gives me that comfort that I can slot him as an opener, I can slot him at 4, I can slot him as a finisher, and I know what I can get from him.
One very important number that no one's talking about is the strike rate. And this is true of both Dinesh Karthik and Amati Rayudu. They both have a career strike rate of less than 80. In today's day and age, you cannot have a strike rate of less than 85.
But 50 over cricket is different.
It's
absolutely different. Even Afridi
how
had
many
strike
400
rate of
plus scores have there
110.
been in the last few years?
Even
How
Afridi,
many
one of the
350
best
plus scores have there
cricketers,
been? You
one of the
can't
most
afford,
explosive
you
cricketers
cannot
strike
afford to
rate.
have
One second,
Strike rate of
one
110.
second.
In the
Collectively,
top
you all have
four.
played how many international games first before you because you're really fighting.
Guys who played internationals and won World Cup, talking about Ponting, Sean has also spoken about it, Michael won, all of them say the same thing about Rishabh Pant, which is that the same thing Jason mentioned, which is that the X factor that he brings in.
There's a reason to have Vijay Shankar in that squad. There's a reason to have Dinesh Karthik, like Deep said, for that
Cover for keeper.
versatility.
Then?
And what about KL Rahul? Why couldn't Rayudu come in ahead of KL Rahul? My point is, if you are debating on whose spot, why is Rayudu assumed that because MSK has endorsed Vijay Shankar at 4, that it was that spot he's competing for? Vijay Shankar is a multi-skilled player.
They have taken him if
Hardik Pandya has an
Use
injury,
the right
he's handy.
term, three-dimensional player.
Whatever you want to
Pretty
call
clear.
it.
That's the term
On a
they're
very
living with.
serious note, what is Rahul doing in this team?
You talk about pure batsmen.
Yeah.
KL Rahul is better than Rayudu and he's better
And
than
I
Shankar.
agree with that, Teddy. If I would pick Rahul and Pant ahead of Rayudu, my point is, why are we looking at it as Rayudu versus Vijay Shankar?
Was it harsh, the comments? Or rather leaving them out?
Very harsh, I think.
You feel bad for them?
Yes.
Sean?
No, this is professional cricket. You put your big boy pants on.
Win
get on
some,
with
lose
it.
some.
Get on with it. Yeah.
Deep?
That wasn't harsh. I mean, obviously, I would have liked MSK not to say things that he did about Rishabh. He's a youngster, is coming through. It could have been plain and simple. He's there, he's not there. That's it.
I respectfully disagree with Deep because I thought it was nice for the chief selector to explain himself.
For once.
I respectfully ask you not to take the debate any further.
Yeah.
Tweet him and just get this online, please, because this is not the place for that.
Yeah.
This is Crick Info, and here we behave like gentlemen.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.